Hey, what's going on, guys? Khraze here. Welcome back to No Man's Sky. Man, it's been a while since we covered this game. Yeah, it's 2021 and the first set of updates has already begun with the Companions update. It was literally posted a few moments ago. Now, if you head over to the PlayStation 5 download page, it's probably going to be around 13 gigs in size. That was at least for me. Or if you're playing on Steam, it's probably just going to be a few hundred megabytes. But this is probably the coolest little update that I've seen so far, and I'm saying little with a huge grain of salt because it's anything but. It adds a really interesting feature which, yeah, comes in a form of this, well, companions kind of feature where you can go in, you can collect animals, you can summon them, you can even splice them and like breed them to create cool new ones, and we will talk about that in this video. But let's jump right into it, and as always, if you enjoy this at any point, it would be super awesome if you also left a like on this video. But as I was saying, companions introducing update 3.2, so adopt an alien creature and explore the universe side by side in the companions update. Take care of your new friend as they find hidden resources and protect you from hostile aliens, or genetically modify their eggs and breed unique, never before seen creatures. And by the way, we did a bit of that. You can see that footage in the background, but I will make a full guide because it is definitely quite extensive. Now, there's gonna be a ton of new additions on top of this, so the infinite and varied creatures you find roaming in the universe can now be tamed and adopted as your companions. Once bonded to you, your new friend can be summoned anywhere, even aboard the space anomaly. And by the way, you will get this brand new menu over there in the quick menu selection screen, and you can pretty much check out your inventory of creatures that you tamed in case you did so. You can also control what you can summon, put it pretty much anywhere, kind of like how you summon your ship. Now, the cool thing about this is that you don't just like tame these creatures, you can also collect their eggs, and in turn you can nurture the young. And yeah, we did some of that, but baby creatures will inherit looks and traits from their parents, but they are never exactly the same. They will need your care as they grow from spawn to maturity. We can also see this cute one right here. By the way, we also got one pretty similar to that. So yes, they have kind of big heads in the beginning, but then they grow up, and it's also really cool. So now we also have baby versions of the same creatures as well, but you can also bond with them according to the news right here. So earn the trust of your companions by simply playing with them, feeding them, and giving them attention. A handful of creatures, creature palettes can go a long way, and you can do, by the way, all of that from that menu screen when you interact with the creature. Now it's going to be completely new, so on top of just riding these creatures, you can also go ahead and interact with them, pet them, feed them, and so on and so forth. You can even see the new UI over there indicating your pretty much love, let's just say love meter, we're gonna call it that, like friendship meter. It's pretty much that, as well as the hunger. It's going to show you everything right there, right in front of you. Now, the cool thing is that you can explore together with your companion, so keeping your animal companion well cared for brings a host of practical benefits, including scanning for resources, marking hazards, providing torchlight, hunting hostile creatures, locating buildings, digging up valuable treasures, and deploying their own shoulder-mounted mining lasers. Of course, assuming that you installed a pair of these, which you, by the way, absolutely can. You can customize every single one of these creatures that you can tame, and depending on the creature style and its like 3D model, you can choose between different installments over the others. Some of them can like hold any number of these, like you can choose between like the 24 or so different combinations that exist already, or if it's like a bigger creature, or if it's a stranger looking one, you can only choose about a dozen of these. But still pretty extensive, and I kind of wish that there were some more descriptions about these, but just judging by the models themselves and what you install in the creature, you can kind of make an idea of how these will be used by said creatures. Now, we will talk about their behaviors as well, because you will need to actually take care of their behaviors and their like how useful they are. There's meters for that as well, and the more you breed them, the more you splice them, the more it's going to be helpful right there. Now what's awesome is that you can bring this creature with you on the Space Anomaly, and pretty much everybody on the Space Anomaly is now probably going to have their own creatures alongside with them. And to be honest, this is such a cool update. This is so freaking awesome right here. And yeah, these are the types of updates that Hello Games implements that just take you by surprise, and like you never even thought of them, like you never even thought that they would be brought in this way in the game. What we speculated was a lot more boring than this. Now what's cool is that, as I've said, they have unique personalities. So a creature's personality is shaped by their species and ecosystem role, but their individual personality is one of a kind. Their personality influences how they behave as well as how they think. Now this sounds a bit more complicated than it is, but basically it boils down to that usefulness perk, also aggressiveness, and I believe that there is another one in there too. Essentially, you're going to want to probably breed a few of these and maybe even pay attention to them depending what you want your companion to do when you summon it alongside your character. But alien neurotranslation is another thing that exists in the update. So once you tame one of these creatures, you will apply a creature harness upon them that you can see on various of these models, but the creature harness has a neural link with the exosuit, enabling rudimentary translation of their thoughts and wishes, which you will also see in that screen over there with the chat menu. Is going to show you a few dialogue sequences here and there, like when you summon or call the creature, or when it spots something interesting. So companions may share their feelings towards their owner, comment on the life forms and geography they encounter, or simply express their inner world, which actually sounds really interesting. Now the thing is that you can play together with this creature, and it's oftentimes going to do its own emotes, so your companion reacts to your every move. They will run alongside you or play in response to your own gestures. Use specific command gestures to issue orders to your co-explorer, like you can call them to your location, you can send them like in a specific point in front of you. I'm not really sure about the other interactions, but I do know that they kind of do this dance when you say hi to them. There's even an example right here on the main page, so it does look really awesome. So when your companion meets other creatures or companions, they might even become inquisitive or playful or even aggressive depending on their personality. So you know what that means. The next step to this is going to be pet battles. I would really love to see some pet battles as well. Now applying accessories and customizing your creature is totally possible, and you can apply a range of functional and decorative adornments. Accessories can be recolored and customized with decals, and you can see a few of them right here, including like a bunch of batteries, solar panels. I believe that there's even some antennas for scanning. There's some turrets that you can apply, all kinds of stuff. There's plenty of them in there, at least a few dozen from what I was able to tell, but again, it depends on the creature, on its model, and how many you can fit on them. By the way, we haven't talked about this, but it seems that at the current time you can hold up to 6 creatures. 2 of these are going to be unlocked by default, so 2 of these slots will already be available as you log into update 3.2, but the rest of the 4 of them will require nanites for you to unlock, which kind of start about 500 nanites per slot, and then yeah, you will have to upgrade the rest as well if you want to get the full range. So up to 6 creatures you can adopt right now in 3.2, and the companion register screen provides an overview of your collection, including their moods, their trust, their personality, and as I've said, this is going to be the main screen where you will check their stats and see exactly what is it that you will want to improve, including of course their name. You can change the name, creatures can be renamed, pretty much like everything you own already in the game. But moving forward, creatures that have been well kept can lay eggs, and this is on a 24-hour cooldown, by the way. Once those 24 hours have passed, you can go ahead and just interact with the creature, and yeah, induce egg is the one that you will pick right there for it to pretty much, yeah, just drop it on the ground, and you can go ahead and pick it right away. From here on, you have a couple more options. You can either just keep it for 24 hours and then just like have it hatch, which in this case is going to give you a new generation of the same species, maybe slightly different than its parent, but you can also go ahead and splice it on the Space Anomaly and change various parts of its features, like for example its colors, its like height or its weight, just overall make it smaller smaller or bigger. There are still a ton of interactions right there with the splicers, so I will make a full video guide on that. All I know right now is that phosphorus will increase its size if you put it on the first slot right there. So I will have to test quite a bit with these ones to see exactly which material interacts differently with the said egg. Now, on a final note, we also have a few wild creature improvements as well. So the bait system has been streamlined. Any creature that has been fed may now be ridden or milked. Cooking strange eggs has also been made easier, so we will talk about that in a future video. Riding has been enabled for giant creatures, granting a new and dramatic perspective when exploring the planet. So just like in this case that you saw me in the background footage, yes, I was able to fully ride a huge creature that previously was kind of unrideable, at least from my knowledge. Now, if you want to go ahead and check out the full patch notes, I'm gonna link them down below. Now, the website is going to be a little bit crowded right now with everybody trying to log in, but it's pretty much everything that I've said and a ton of other bug fixes and crash fixes in there too. But this has been update 3.2, of course, the companions update. As always, post your comments and your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.